guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do our first solution architect kind of task, which is step functions, Amazon Step Functions Primer. We are going to do a lab session. We have done previously, we have on the AWS Educate, we have done, these are the builders labs. I'm just going to show you here. It's this one on the courses. It's builder labs and modules, and this is we have done the security basic. We've gone through the security basic, Cognito Primer, AWS Cloud 9, and we've done the lab. If you haven't seen it and if you want to see it, you can go and check back on my channel. And we've learned about database basics. Now we also have done DynamoDB Primer, microservices and serverless. This was the lab as well. It has the lab. Now there's a new lab containing AWS Step Functions Primer, and we are going to do this lab now. The lab is called Orchestrating Multi-Step Process with AWS Step Functions. It's going to take we will need to have similarity with simple storage service, elastic compute cloud, AWS Lambda, identity and access management. We have done all of this in our previous sessions. If you haven't practiced yet, you can go back and see my previous videos and start practicing. This lab requires 60 minutes and it's going to give us 180 minutes. And are we going to start the lab now? Just let's start the lab. We will click here and wait for the lab to start. When it's started, we are going to open the console. We are going to connect AWS Cloud 9. If you don't know what it is, again, go back and watch our previous videos. We need these two. It's connecting. The lab session is ready. It takes a little bit of time, so you need to wait. I'm going to take these here because I'm going to need them. In the cloud terminal, I'm going to run the AWS console as well. Just open the console. And I need to take it out. Cloud 9. Let's run the console. It's open now. Now I need that code. Run the following command to retrieve the setup script if your lab in your lab. For the lab environment, I just need this one and copy here, and it's ready. To complete the setup of your lab environment, run the following commands as well. Okay. It's running. There was a warning maybe around because of my root user. Oh, but this is not my real account actually. Sorry, it's lab environment. Okay, so once the final script has completed, make a note of cloud from distribution domain in your text editor. Still running. Distribution domain is this one. Domain. I'm going to edit it here. Okay. Task 2. Subscribing the SNS topic. In your task, you will subscribe to SNS topic that notifies application users when a request report is available. In the AWS Management Console, next to the Services menu, search for the simple notification serve. We need to search for SNS. Go back to console, and it's just here. There are two tabs open on the top. Maybe you don't see them. One is here, and the other one is the console. Topics. Then under name, choose email report. This was created. Create an email subscription SNS topic. In the subscription section, create subscriptions. Create subscription. Create turn topic IRN is going to be of the topic that you just created is well. Oh, am I going to need to create another one? Simple navigation service. Let me go back. Choose topics. Under name, choose email report. Okay, I'm going to cancel this one. Topics. This one is the email report. Top name, email report. Create an email subscription to SNS topic. Email subscription. Here is the subscriptions. Create here. I'm going to create it here probably. And then topic IRN. Notice that Amazon resource number of the topic that you just created already filled in. Okay, protocol, choose email. Protocol is email. Type of endpoint to subscribe, email. Enter an email address where you can receive emails during this lab. I'm just going to enter my email address and click on create subscription. Okay, it's great. And check your email and confirm the subscription. On my email, I'm just going to confirm it. It's confirmed. Need to go back. The web page opens and displays message. Web page contains success message. Publish a test message to confirm that messages can be published to email report SNS topic. Return to the browser, tap Amazon SNS console and return to email report topic page. Tip at the top of the page, choose email report. Here, publish a message, publish message. Subject, enter test, optional test. Message body is here. Time to leave optional. Enter hello, this is test. At the bottom of the page, choose publish message and then confirm that you received it. This is back to my email and I'm going to click on the link. Subscription removed. Oh, why does it say subscription removed? Confirm to receive at your email. The subject and message body should match the details that you configured in the previous step. Sorry, this is the email subject and I just add subscription removed. I click this one. I just thought it's going to be on the link, but it's on the email already. So going back to the steps, creating a state machine to send email. In this class, you will create a step function state machine that you can send an email notification by using the SNS topic. The step function state machine needs permissions to access the Lambda service. Start by looking at IAM role that has already been created for you for this purpose. Let's go to IAM roles. IAM. I hope it doesn't take 60 minutes because I need to pick up my daughter from her preschool. Roles. Which role do I need? Role for step to create a report. Role, service role for step. I'm just going to need this one. Okay. In the server rules, choose this one. On the permissions tab, permissions, okay. Expand the step policy. This one, expand it. This role allows several Lambda actions to specific Lambda functions and several log actions on all resources. Expand the AWS Lambda role, manage policy, AWS Lambda role. This one is the role. This role allows Lambda invoke function action to all resources. This action will allow you to test the function from Lambda console. Choose the test relationship. Choose the trust relationship. Trust relationships. This trust relationships allows the step function service to assume this role, as indicated by the states Amazon service endpoint. In this lab environment, you don't have the permission to create IAM role. Therefore, later in this lab, you observe details for the IAM roles and that have already been created for you. However, in AWS account, we can create ourselves. We've done that in my previous, in my real environment. You can go back and check if you don't have familiarity. Create a state machine to send email. Begin to create step function state machine. In AWS console, next to services, we need to go to step functions now. This is my console. Go to step functions. Okay. State machines. State machines on this part. Don't forget to check it out. Left name, create state machine. Choose authoring method. Standard authoring method. Choose authoring method. Design your workflow visually. Express. There are two types, standard and express. So going to choose next. Choose next. The workflow studio appears on the step design flow. Design workflows, enter SNS. What's new in workflow studio? Distributed mode for map. So we need SNS. Okay, where are we going to drag on the here? It's the first state. Let me see. Drag first state here. SNS publish pane that displays configure allowing options. Publish. Okay. In the AP parameters, selection topic, choose ARN of the email report. ARN to run from state. Choose the ARN of the email report SNS topic. Provide get IAM runtime. Not this one. I think I'm rushing. Design workflow. Drag object into the canvas to export. Drag first state here. In the SNS Publish pane that displays configure the following options, in the API parameters section, for topic, choose IRN of the email. Okay, it's here, email report. Need to be reading more carefully. Message is set to use state input as message. Use state input as message, okay, is shown in the following image. In the upper right corner, choose next. Here, next. There will be shown the description, not the message. Here, topic IRN, email IRN, here, all of them. Email report, this number, I think. Just this part. Is it the account ID? Okay. Note the message and the dollar in the parameter section of the console. Here. The parameter section of the code. This line is the code indicates that whatever is passed into the state machine will be used in the message that it will send. However, you will change this because your application provides a JSON payload that includes a key named pre-signed URL that you will pass as message. Change the value on line 9 of the code from this to this. Parameters. Message. Change the value of line 9 and message is this one. Let me see. Okay, it's correct, I guess. Choose next to configure the following. State machine name, my state machine. Okay. Existing rows. Choose an existing row. Row for step to create. Okay. Log level, choose all. Okay. Keep the default option in the rest of the settings. Create state machine. Test the state machine. Start execution and configure the following options. Type choose synchronous in the code editor. Replace the existing JSON code to following code. Start execution. Insert JSON here. State machine. Execution started successfully. Display indicates that execution started successfully. To see the details link. Beam cloud log. State machine. Where are the details? Oh, here. If you don't see details link, refresh the browser page and start another execution. Okay. Let me try again. Refresh. Are we not on the details already? State machines, my state machine, actions. Definition text doesn't show the code, I guess. Login definition. Execution output. Let's try again. Is it this one? This is CloudWatch logs. Not sure if it's the same screen. Check your email for new notification. I might not get notification because I opt out, but let me see. Resubscribe. This was an error, so I'm going to resubscribe because I've done it by mistake. I received the email. So now, congratulations, you've created a basic state machine that invokes SNS topic to send an email. Adding the generate pre-signed URL Lambda function to the state machine. In this task, you create a report HTML page with the text message and upload the file to Amazon S3. You then use the command line interface to create and test the pre-signed URL to access the page. You observe how the bucket policy allows access to the report. Next, you review the Lambda function that generated pre-signed URL and delivers the report with the test message in it. Finally, you add this Lambda function to the state machine that you created earlier. Create a simple report upload to Amazon S3. On the environment new file, we are going to file cloud instance folder. Environment window, choose the Cloud9 instance folder and then choose File, New File. Environment new window. So this is our Cloud9. File, new file. New file that opens here. And save file, save. Report HTML. File name, we are going to add and are we going to save it in here? Save. So now we have it here. Upload the sample report file to S3 bucket and observe the bucket policy set. To upload the file to S3 bucket and set cache control max age, the value on the file to 0, run the following 3 commands in AWS Cloud environment. The terminal indicates here is it uploaded. Max 0, yes, looks okay. That was easy. Instead of going through console, it was easily uploaded by little code line. In the AWS Management Console, next to the Services menu, search for and choose S3. We are going to probably check if it's uploaded or not. we normally need to download the file, go manually upload here, but it's already done. So buckets, in the bucket, report HTML is the one that we just created. Bucket policy, report HTML, in the permissions, review the information bucket policy. Where is it? Permissions tab, review the information. Bucket policy. Notice second statement in the policy, which is provoked the following code block. This statement denies get object. Public access, object owner, buckets. I'm just going to its permissions here. Okay, block all. Statement denies S3 get object. Action S3 get object. Action to be taken to report object unless the authorization type REST query string. Get object action. List bucket. Review the information in the bucket policy section. Notice the second statement in the policy, which is provided in the following code block. Deny one object request not signed, deny, effect deny, action get object. Okay. Test direct access to the simple report. In the Amazon S3 console, choose the Objects tab and then choose Report HTML. In the Amazon S3 console, choose the Objects tab. S3, go back to Objects, Packets, Amazon S3. Where are the objects? Choose the Objects tab and then choose Report HTML. I mean buckets, I guess. On the Report HTML, these are the objects. Copy object URL, where is it? Here. Copy it and paste it to a new browser. Deny, access denied. Okay, create a pre-signed URL to access the report and test it. Return to AWS console 9 and to generate pre-signed, go back, cloud 9. So choose the pre-signed and open text report file displays as the following image shows. Again here. Now what do you mean? Choose the procedure that was returned and then choose open. The text in the report HTML file displays as the following image. Okay, this is not how it is. This is valid for 30 seconds. Run the following command. Generate a pre-sign expires in 30. It didn't work for me. Let's make it on. Okay. Oops, what did I close? Okay. I'm not getting that. Pre-signed, but to choose the pre-signed. The page loads without error as long as you open it within 30 seconds of generating the pre-signed URL. Wait until at least 30 seconds have passed since you generated pre-signed URL and then refresh the web page. It did not work for me. Is this one? Copy here? No. Oh, I wasn't able to copy it. Open. Okay. So it's not the same one. This URL is the one it generated for us. We are going to use this URL. Okay. Excellent. We've tested the pre-signed URL functionality and confirmed the report can be accessed. Generate pre-signed URL Lambda function. Report HTML. First analyze the details IAM role that the Lambda function is in the lab will use. Go to services IAM. Next to the services menu, search for and choose IAM. Role for all Lambda IAM roles. Let me get this one. It's here. Lambda policy for all Lambda steps. Lambda policy or Lambda steps. Choose the trust relationship. This is the trust relationship allow. The function code used a SDK to generate a pre-signed URL for the report HTML file in your bucket, just like the one you tested earlier using AWS CLI. In the AWS console, navigate to the generate pre-signed URL Lambda function. In the AWS management console, next to the services menu, search for and choose Lambda. We are going to open a Lambda. Do we need that one? Okay, open the Lambda function. Choose test, event name. Generate pre-signed test, generate pre-signed URL. Test. Enter event name, enter test 1. Test 1. Choose create and then here's create test. Choose create and then choose test again. Event name test or event name. I don't see a create here. Create new event. Test. Let's do that. Details. Pre-signed URL. Below this is some sample HTML. The response includes a pre-signed URL as the following image shows. Copy this and it will come. Add the generate pre-signed URL Lambda function to the state machine. Now that you know Lambda function is working properly, add it to your state machine. Generate pre-signed URL Lambda function to the step function state machine. Go to services, step function. Do I have it here? No. Step function. Step functions, state machines, my state machine, workflow studio. Where is the workflow studio? Go to state machines, select edit, and it will try the workflow studio, drag and OK. Search for Lambda. Where is it? Choose workflow. So search for Lambda. Drag AWS Lambda invoke object. Workflow studio Lambda invoke object. Lambda AWS Lambda invoked. Okay. Into the canvas, to the arrow just above here as the following image. Okay. Configure the function details Lambda invoke. Enter generate pre-signed URL and function name. Choose generate pre-signed URL name latest. State name. State name. Okay. And choose function name. Generate pre-signed URL latest. Function name, function here. This one. Payload, choose no payload. No payload. Next date, choose SNS publish. It's selected. Upper right corner, choose apply and exit. Apply and exit. And choose save. In the ARM row, pop-up window, choose save anyway. Save anyway. Pop-up window didn't come up. Test update to state machine start execution. Type choose synchronous. In the code editor, delete the name value that pair appears in line. The input code should only include the brackets. Here, the brackets, execution complete, details. On the details, check email for a notification. We get this notification message. This is the link we have. Okay, shall I just open and check it? Okay. Okay, it's working. And now check your email. Troubleshoot. Your email client might not recognize the entire pre-signed URL as a URL. It did actually, so no problem. Task 5, if it doesn't, probably you need to copy and paste it yourself. Okay, so adding the generate HTML Lambda function to the state machine. In this task, we will add Lambda function that generates HTML report. In this test, the report contains data from JavaScript object that looks like a JSON document. The function places the resulting file in Amazon S3 bucket, overwriting the existing report. test generate Lambda function. In the AWS Management Console, next to the Services menu, search for and choose Lambda. Choose the function name generate HTML. So we now go back to Lambda Services on the console. Choose the function name generate HTML. Generate HTML. Review the IAM role that is configured for this Lambda function. Review the IAM role that's configured for this Lambda function. Choose Configuration tab. Okay. Permissions. Execution. Row full of lambdas. Row full of lambdas. This is the same row that is assigned with generate pre-signed URL function. Remember that this role allows Lambda function to interact with the Amazon S3, Amazon SNS, and Amazon DynamoDB. The code in this function will format the data that it receives into a HTML report. It then writes the report HTML file to your S3 bucket, overwriting the older version of the file. Test the generate HTML Lambda function. Choose the Code tab. Generate HTML Lambda function. Choose the Code tab. Code tab here. Choose Test. Enter test2. Copy and paste the following code. It's a little long. Event JSON in the JSON message. Okay. The response includes the following JSON message. Create, and then choose save and test. Execution reports published to S3. If the Lambda function runs successfully, it overwrote the report HTML. Add the Lambda function to the state machine. So we need to add that Lambda function to the state machine. We need to get to what was it called? Step functions. Step function state machines. My state machine, Workflow Studio. So we need to be able to be more familiar with now. Monitoring. I wasn't here. Where was it? Edit. Workflow Studio. And now Lambda generate Lambda. Drag the parallel object into the canvas Lambda invoke. Which one are we going to float up? In the edit workflow, in the left pane, choose flow tab. Drag the parallel object into the canvas just above the Lambda invoke generate. Okay. Here, the flow tab, parallel object into the canvas invoke, Lambda invoke here. Here, didn't work. Here. Okay, it's correct. Generate pre-signed. Is it? No. We need to drag it here. Okay, now it's correct. It's easy to move up and down. Add the generate HTML function to the state machine and configure it. In the left actions, Lambda invoke, drop state here, another Lambda invoke, and then we need to go enter generate HTML, generate state name, function name, choose function. There was the function name here. Choose latest HTML, latest. Okay. Payload, choose use state input as payload. Use state put input. Okay. Choose go to end. Next state. Go to end. Configure the parallel state card details and then save the changes. Parallel state object. On the canvas, choose the parallel state object here. State name, process report. Okay, state apply and exit. Apply and exit. In the state machine ASL code, update SNS publish object details for format that message text. In the earlier step, you added to the line that now reads message. This addition was useful for testing. However, now that you have both the generate pre-signed URL state and the generate HTML state sending information to the Amazon SNS publish state, you will change it back to the original value. Okay. JSON document here, message, task, Lambda, where was it? Here, it's back to normal. The update code should be similar to the following. Message, okay. Choose save and then where we save? Here. Start execution. Synchronous JSON code with the following code. I've done something wrong with the JSON. Okay, just let's go back. Insert JSON here. Okay, so something is missing, I think. Okay, there's it's a long code. I just took a little bit of it. Insert code here. Now start execution. Now it's successful. Now execution failed. Let's try again. I'm going to delete the whole and type it. Why is this not working? No. Let's go back to normal. Okay, no, not that more normal. Did I destroy? Leave. Did I destroy everything? Start execution. Need to refresh the page, I guess. Oh, sorry, not here. Oh, session has expired. That's the reason. Okay, let me see what else we have. Adding the get real data Lambda function to the state machine. I wasn't doing anything for a while. I just was checking out for my son, so maybe it didn't go well. Adding the get real data Lambda function to the state machine. I'm just going to start AWS and see if everything is working there. These are all expired. Session expired. Let's go back. Failed to launch. I'm going to start the lab again. Okay, now I open another lab session, but I need to see if my step function is still alive. Hopefully it didn't disappear. Let's see. On the state machines, I don't see any state machines, so I missed that lab session. When you have kids, that's what happens. And working from adding the get real data Lambda function to the state machine. Lab 2, adding dynamic data to your application with DynamoDB. We needed to do that first, and you guys need to continue without me. I'm just going to go through what it does. Get real data Lambda function, configuration, choose permissions. On the IAM roles, there was another role created for this execution role. It's already created as they already said so. On the get real data Lambda function, we are going to test third test and the get real data Lambda function to the state machine. So we are going to test that. If it works, the Lambda, and then we are going to add it to the state machine. So will be similar test, but one by one. I think I know a little bit more than I started this lab. Normally when I do the labs, I feel like I've lost it sometimes. I feel like I'm doing a lot of things, but I don't know what I'm doing. But it gets much clearer when once you repeat doing them. You follow the steps, you just follow the steps. But after some time, it becomes much easier, so you don't even need to follow the steps. Like even creating a S3 bucket, it was complicated in the beginning, but is just a basic thing on AWS, and now it's just I can do it without any instructions or anything. Add objects, remove objects, upload objects. These are similar things that once you repeat, you understand much more, and when you practice more, you can understand more. So I'm going to practice. I will do these lab sessions as much as I can. There are lots of online I can do on my real account and also on the lab sessions. So please subscribe if you want to learn more, practice with me, or if you want to do yourself, and if you get stuck and you don't understand how to do some of the parts, some as I do sometimes, but we can do that together. We can figure it out, and you can then check it out and see how it's going. I will see you in my next video. Bye.